Hey guys, it's Zachflintstone. We're Stag Party. This is a scrim against SYOPS, the team formerly known as BPM, UGC Platinum of course. So I know a lot of teams and a lot of spies have a lot of trouble with Gravelpit. It's a really tricky map. It really depends on your team's ability to hold B. It took a lot of practice to kind of get a decent feel for what you should be doing on this map. I've seen a lot of spies use Cloak and Dagger to know without a lot of benefit. They'll just like sit around trying to get a pick, but they won't really achieve much, and they won't really it's all about kind of your calls and what picks you can get. But it really is kind of mixed depending on how each team plays around the map and depending on where they push from. So what I found to work best for me on this map would be I would run Cloak and Dagger for the first point on defense. So I would cloak on A and call out who comes by A, because what a lot of teams do in higher divisions is that they push through A so that they cap the first point in less than a minute, and then after that they move towards the AC connector and push in through this point C to point B. So that sounds very confusing if you have no idea what I'm talking about on the map, but basically they'll push through that tunnel after they're done capping the A point, and then they'll come around back. So I'm here to call out that they're moving through there and that they have people capping the point. I'm not moving in for a kill yet because there's not really a real reason to yet. I'm just waiting for them to get into position and for when I can get a strike on them. I noticed that the pyro's on the point, so I'm about to move in on the heavy because I had just seen them in here. I decloak before he comes in. He's jumping towards me, so I rotate my body towards him and get an understab on him. The demo is here and I'm still calling out that he's here, but I just hide in the corner afterwards because luckily I have the Cloak and Dagger. So their team's about to push through here, and the pyro is still there, so I'm waiting out. And so I'm basically just calling that they're all moving in, and I'm about to die to an AFK sniper, so just pretend that the following isn't happening. Because I run out of cloak and I figure I might as well kill him, but he's a hacker, so what can I say? JK, I love you, Corsa. But so basically after this, they're pushing through the the CB connector, and so my team's holding right here, and they're basically prepared for them to come in. And luckily with the rescue ranger, we have our gun on the roof, which allows him to wrangle it and just heal it and constantly be annoying with it. We also have someone on the roof at some of the times so that they can help defend it. I know our pyro was using detonator at some points to get on the top of the roof, and it was really fun for them to just kind of hold up there. And so that makes it so that they have a lot more priority to defend the first and second doors here, as you can see on the left. And so I'm moving in afterwards because I think that they're pushing in. I'm destroying the teleporter, and I heard the spy uncloak, so I'm just making sure that I don't die to that. So I see that they're pretty formulated, and our pyro's moving in to get some kills on them, but I see this pyro here, so I decloak behind this rock where he won't hear me as much. But so I've basically come in here to try to get a stab or a distraction. The pyro does see me, but I'm keeping them pretty preoccupied while my team Ubers in, and that was good because our pyro comes in afterwards and immediately cleans them up and basically kills everyone in the whole room, so that was really great. So although I didn't get a stab, it kept them distracted for the moment being, which was just enough for my team to move in. And so the respawn times on this map are rather long. And from here on out, I'm going to change my loadout to Deadringer, Deadringer, Lestrange, and Stock Knife. The reason why I found this to work out really well is because that the map is very large, and there are very, very, very few ammo and health packs on this map. And so basically, I can use it to get around long distances and not have to worry so much about my cloak, and I can just shoot at people to get my cloak back. So although it's little bits of damage, it'll be very helpful for me managing and maneuvering around the map. I'm waiting down here for the sniper to come out so I can start damaging him. I won't be able to kill him, but it'll be enough to get him in trouble, and so he has to retreat to his team. And then I can just feign afterwards and just maneuver myself around the pyro's flames so they doesn't see me. I decloak inside of this little house thing so that they don't hear me, and I'm shooting at the pyro because he's hurt. So my ammo's almost back, but not quite, so I'm just making sure that the scout wasn't sure what was going to happen there, but my team shot him down. And shooting down the soldier too, because he was also very hurt. And so now I'm moving back towards this engineer. I noticed that he's pretty hurt, and I'm just trying to get some more damage on him, as well as the medic, and I'm calling out their health and such. But I'm moving back towards them, but the engineer still has his eyes on me, so I'm just waiting for a feign to get more believable. I am going to be shooting over here a good bit so that I can just get my ammo back and get a little bit of damage out. So I'm not really going to move in on them until I feel that it's a good timing. Just given that it's the Dead Ringer, and you got to make sure that you can kind of get a believable feign in before you move in, because they have their pyro with them at all times pretty much. So I'm just trying to get some damage and some cloak off these shots, except I'm missing all of them because I'm horrible. But I'm just keep waiting for the ideal moment to actually move in, because I feel that they're still holding the short door connector, so I'm just making sure that I can move in pretty well on that. So here I am, shooting out a little bit more, calling out their percentage and their damage, especially the heavy because he was hurt. And I got hit by a flare gun there right when I was about to move in. So again, I'm just kind of stalling here, and you might not think that it's the most important thing, but I am calling out a lot of information on where they're pushing on the far side of the map, and calling out the sniper there. So now that I've gotten a pretty believable feign, I can finally move in. This engineer's hurt, and he has a level 3 here, so I'm making sure that I jump up, I shoot at the gun to make sure it goes down. When the engineer comes over to try to save it, I can just shoot him down, and so then they lose a lot of their presence on that side of the map. The demo comes over, and I miss a stab on him, but he's very hurt, and I'm calling that out, so one sticky bomb is enough to kill him, and I just feign after that and get my ammo back with the his weapon and the other ammo pack there. So again, I'm trying not to die at all, and that's what's very good about this loadout, is that I can constantly have cloak and I can constantly feign. So I really don't have to worry about dying, and I can just be there for when my team needs me. And so I'm just kind of roaming around here. I'll be checking this entrance in this tunnel, because a lot of people walk out through the short door, and a lot of people will walk out through the AB connector. So I'm rotating back to AB to make sure that their team has not moved in this way, and I'm not sure if they have or not, but a lot of teams will be holding right here until they're ready to move in. So I see the scout, and he doesn't really see me, so I just walk to the left, make sure that he strafes into my stab, and I get pretty easy one, because he wasn't really... he didn't shoot at me, so I guess he bought my disguise. Again, shooting at the soldier, making sure that he dies because he was very hurt. Their soldier was very, very good. He was running direct hit and getting on the roof so that he could quickly destroy the gun, and he could basically airshot anything that jumped up there because he was very good at aiming. So our team really was trying to prioritize the soldier. So now I'm moving in, and then I'm very far forward, so I can get a pretty good feign, except the pyro was there, so I have to retreat to my team. But luckily there's plenty of ammo and health over here, so I can just pretty much wait around here. Continue to call out stuff, and I'm still not gonna die quite yet, except I'm really hurt, so I'm gonna have to back out here, I think, because this was basically the end of our defense here, and I'm with our medic, getting a little bit of additional health, but he has to back out too, because that's basically all that's there. So I'm just decloaking so that I know that he's with me, and we're protecting him. I'm just going back for one little peek here because I know I can, and since I just see the demo here, I know that they're all inside, so I'm going to continue just kind of standing here until I think I can move in a little bit more, which is when the scout moves out. Shooting at the mini because I don't really want to get that close to it right now. Plus that scout was right there, so that gives me a good chance to back out after getting shot. So again, I haven't died in a while here. It's just a good I'm still up there for my team, and again, just picking up the ammo, shooting at the soldier, and now I have full cloak again, so I'm just kind of waiting here, getting disguised so that I can move in. But their pyro is just holding here pretty well. He's not really actively spy checking, but it's not really something I can move in on without the Spicicle at this moment, and I just don't feel it's an opportune moment. So I'm backing out because they know that they're going to cap B. So that this way I can just move back to AB, AB connector, and just check what's here, because sometimes engineers will bring guns and teleporters in through here, and I gotta make sure that they're down. But it looked all clear there, so I'm just double checking one more time, and I'm gonna move back through AB, because that way I don't have to go through the more heavily protected round, and so I can just go around the backside and just try to see what's going on. So I see their engineer, and I see that he's building a teleporter. Teleporters are very important on this map because of how big it is. And it went down. I think he was just trying to move it, so I got that ammo back, and that was very nice. And so I'm still not certain if he's seen me or not, but it looks like he hasn't. So I'm moving in. And nothing here, so I'm just looping around and going back to the other entrance. But I changed my mind because they had presence on the point. So the engineer is very hurt, and I'm going to try to shoot him down. He kind of backs out after I miss my shots, and he puts up a mini. But then he decides to come back in for some reason, so I just shoot him down. And then I make sure that I sap the mini afterwards. And I'm double checking for the teleporters. He didn't seem to build any. I just gotta make sure that this area is clear because this is a very good place for them to push for. And if they have a teleporter or anything like that, they're gonna have a very easy way to get back at it. So now I can move in here and just kind of check around. I am rotating to this door, and I see a soldier here, so I'm going to move in for him. But the heavy sees me, so I'm just waiting behind here and making sure that I can get a feint off, making sure that I can still survive after all of that. And so they're moving in, and they're kind of distracted, so this is my cue to go and get some stabs. So I get the demo, I shoot at the soldier to try to get a little bit more damage, but they'd already capped. So that round I think just kind of emphasized how you can stay alive very easily if you're not kind of just cloak and daggering, and I feel like you can be, due to my playstyle, I feel you can be a lot more active on that map. And I just feel that, for me personally, I think that will work best for me, and it obviously did in this scrim. But yeah, I mean, I continued using Dead Ringer on offense because I just felt that it was working. Again, I'm disguising as the enemy team, seeing what they're going to be setting up as. I'm checking their engineer to see what guns he's going to be using. I'm checking the medic, calling out their Uber, and I'm even disguising as the pyro at some point to see if he's running detonator, because it's very annoying when the pyro is on top of the B point and just air blasting our soldiers off, because it's very important for the soldiers to get up there and shoot the guns. But so I'm just basically just waiting around, and I'm going to move in through A with my team to either help cap or just help get behind them first, because I don't really have any priority to be going towards B first. The way I'm playing this is that I'm sticking with my team and just moving in when they are, so I can still call out information like the sniper. And so he stayed there for way too long, but our team's focusing on A, so I'm the one to go back and kill him. Which is pretty good because the sniper was getting some good picks on our team. So we've got to make sure that he's down. And so our team is capturing A, and I think I saw a spy here, so I'm just making sure that he's out of sight. But our team's capturing A. I have no reason to be on it because they're gonna cap it either way. They didn't send anyone over to point A to defend it. And there was that spy, he just went down. But so I'm just gonna move in with my team and just checking what's here. So it looks like they built the gun on the roof, and I can just call that out. And since I'm using Dead Ringer here, you might think that, hey, what are you going to do once you decloak? And the thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wait inside of the house. And the reason why this works is because no one actually checks on the point unless someone's capturing it. Sometimes even if they are capturing it, no one will check here. But look, I can just look out the window, I can see what's around. I have a full cloak. I don't have to worry about anything. I'm just waiting here for my team. It's similar to as if I was waiting in the corner with the cloak and dagger, but I don't have to be using the cloak and dagger. And so I'm just gonna wait around for my team to do stuff, which can be any amount of time. I think at some point someone moves in here and I miss a stab on them, but whatever. But think about how long I can just stand here without getting noticed, and I can just wait for my team to be in position, because I'm calling out that the gun's still there and there's not really much changing. Here's the demo. Yeah, I missed the stab on him, that was too bad, but I got some damage out on him. And so I just jump out the window and I'm safe. So I was completely safe in there, I didn't have to worry about anything. So I think that's just kind of an interesting thing that I don't think a lot of spies kind of realize that they can do on this map. And now I get to abuse their level 3 dispenser to get some health back, and I think I get scared when the soldier comes over, but I just get to decloak and I immediately have my cloak back. Notice that he's hurt, but I'm not gonna do it again, even though I'm confident I could get my cloak back. It's just I want to make sure that I'm alive for this. I'm not gonna take any risks. So I thought I saw the sniper there, but I'm shooting down the heavy. He was very hurt, and I think that I missed like one shot too many, and he gets his sandwich health up. But I was very frustrated about that kill because I could have had him. But that was probably one situation where using the L'Étranger wasn't the best idea due to the amount of health the amount of damage it does. But for the most part, that gun has been working for me, so I'm still kind of using what works. After that, I went in Viswash because I felt that after that, I feel like pushing into the last point. Given that we still haven't captured B yet, I want to make sure that I can just get stuff done and get in position as needed. Shooting at the spy, I don't drop down because I know my scout's gonna handle him. I don't need to waste my time on that. The sniper backed out, so I just cloaked again. I was gonna shoot at the sniper, but I figured it would be better to just move in. And so I get to use all this ammo over here, and the engineer doesn't even have to know that I'm here. So he jumps up to the roof to heal his gun or something like that. And so I'm just gonna taking that advantage to sap his buildings so that he has to either drop down for them or they just go down, period. So they lost their teleporter and dispenser, and I jump out of the window because I see the sniper's really hurt and I'm damaging him. And I missed my shots, but I still got him down with a shank before the scout kills me. So that was good because their sniper was getting a lot of good picks, and I just want to make sure that he was down. And that gives, now that this area is completely clear, that gives my scout time to move in. One thing is, standing in the windows is usually pretty safe if you're using something like Cloak and Dagger. I know I'm not showcasing that in this video, but no one really checks, like I said, no one checks in the house, and even less so, no one checks in the windows. So if you're looking out of the windows and making sure that no one's shooting at you, that's actually a very safe spot to stand, and you don't have to worry about getting spy checked because it's too far up for the flames to reach. So they still have the gun on the roof. They just used their Uber to, without much effect, so I'm gonna decloak on the medic. I think the scout sees me or something, so I'm just trying to blend in with the surroundings, but he did kind of commit to that. And I was just kind of strafing towards the medic. At no point was I making eye contact with the medic, so the medic did buy my disguise, but I think the scout had seen me decloak. Because although I did decloak out in the open, no one at the time on my screen was looking at me, so that wasn't the most ideal decloak, but I felt at the moment that it would have worked. And that's okay, because it kept them distracted for the moment being, and our team caps the point. So that's my cue to go back to the dead ringer and move in. I'm moving in from the sides so that they don't see me. I think that the pyro sees me, so I'm just kind of a little bit afraid of that. The heavy sees me, and the pyro's coming up, so I'm just making sure that I don't get lit on fire, but I was kind of nervous there, so I jumped off. Especially with the sniper there, so I'm going to be moving in on him in a second. So I stop the gun first because I don't want that shooting at me, and then I just make sure that the sniper dies. And I dart for his ammo to make sure that I get the decloak. And so they set the gun back up. The engineer got to it, but I know that it's there, and I'm going to move back in on it in a second. So what I do is I check out the medic's Uber percentage, and I strafe towards them so they don't see me, and I stab the demo. At no point was I making eye contact. That's a big thing. Especially if with Dead Ringer, you need to make sure that you're blending in, and a lot of that is not looking at your targets, because you'll see, like, the medic sees me, but that lets me get a stab on the engineer because he wasn't looking at me. And so now I'm moving back towards the top, and we're about to cap, so I see the spy here, I'm just dropping down, and so that was the end of the first round. So overall I felt like the Dead Ringer was working for me, and so I continued to use that into the second round. So let me boot that up, one sec. So here's part 2 of the game. What I'm basically doing first is I'm going over to point B to suicide for the engineer, because that usually helps them the most. And that still gives me plenty of time to get in positioning for holding point A. So again, I'm going to be cloak and daggering on point A, just checking to see who comes out of there. Because most teams will be pushing from that point first, or they'll be pushing through B, but most teams usually commit to A first. So just going to wait for the respawn time so we can get over there. This is usually the part that our team's just kind of talking about what we're going to do, what we're going to work on after the previous round, to just kind of address, because we're always trying to go over what went well and what didn't go well, so that way we can kind of repeat our successes and overcome our flaws from the previous rounds. So I'm going to get out here a little bit late, but it'll still be in plenty enough time.
3, 2, 1.
And so I'm cloaking before I exit the room. And so I'm calling that there's a scout bonking out, but that proceeds to a lot of the rest of the team coming out. The scout bonks first just so he can check for traps and stuff, because sometimes their demo will put stickies in there to try to kill people at the beginning, but that was just a safe thing for scouts to do. So again, I'm just kind of sitting here waiting to move in. I don't really have a reason to move in yet, especially with that pyro there. And they're going to cap A regardless, so just going to wait for an opportune moment. Call that the spies moving in, but they're all still sitting there. And they only have 3 people on the point, which means that they sent their people elsewhere. But there's the medic, so I call that they're moving through there and not through B. So the scout just randomly like bumps into me. I think he was going back for health or something. So that he alerted the pyro. So that was very unfortunate. So I have to kind of wait longer than I wanted to because the pyro is still checking for me. So I don't decloak too quickly. I'm just kind of waiting here. So I move in a little bit more. Still kind of waiting for them to make a push because I know with the pyro there I'm not going to be able to get a stab on them quite yet. So they've already kind of moved in, and I don't think I'm going to move in there because it's safe, so I'm just going to take out the sniper because that's probably my best bet right now. So I take him down in 2 nice shots, and the heavy cleans me up afterwards, but at least I have him down, so my team can just focus on what's important and not have to worry about getting shot when they peek out with the sniper. So they move in a bunch of players right here, and I think we get some frags on them and they get some frags on us, so... that was kind of a... Given that they're pushing through there, our team kind of gets back in there quickly, because that's where we were spawning from, so we kind of helped deny that push a little bit. And I forgot to change loadouts, oh no. So basically, I don't think I really realized until about here, but I got to call it the spy here. That's good because he missed the stab on our heavy because he knew he was there. But since I'm on Cloak and Dagger, I'm just gonna, once again, I'm gonna check on point A, maybe get some health first, but I'm just gonna check if anything's here, and then I'm gonna rotate back through the tunnel. Since nothing's here, it's usually clear to just move in from here. And when I'm in the tunnel, there's some ammo here in case I need it, but the long route usually just makes it so it's safer for me to get around, but with the pyro here, he saw me, so I hugged the wall so that the pyro doesn't spy check me, so I don't even lose my spicicle. So that was, because I knew he was just going to spy check around, but I was lucky that he didn't check, but that was usually the safest bet for me. So here, the pyro is still aware that I'm around, so I'm just kind of waiting for a moment to go in. I see that the gun's too far back for me to sap, and so I'm waiting for the pyro to go away. So I decloak right there, but he turns around right after I decloak, so that was unfortunate for me. Thought that I had an opening there, but I could have waited a little bit longer. I think that was probably would have been best, but I did call that they were going to move in on the far side. So our combo's just kind of waiting here. And a spy almost gets us, but luckily our heavy was there, so that was good. But at that point, they are kind of taking a very strong presence on B, and we kind of have to back out. So now I am back on Deadringer, which is what I probably meant to do the last life. Obviously I needed to pay a little bit more attention about what loadout I was running, but I think I was just probably just caught up calling stuff out. But so this just lets me get a little bit more aggressive, and I can just kind of peek a little bit better without having to worry about cloak restraints and etc. So they haven't fully capped the point yet, so I'm coming out here with my flank to just kind of check. And I see that they've got a level 3 out there, so I'm going to move back around here and gonna try not to decloak by the soldier. So they have a level 2 now, or whatever it is. I'm decloaking behind the rock so the engineer doesn't hear me. I sap the gun and I shoot down the NG. I land all my shots so the gun goes down. The pyro immediately gets on me because he calls me out. I jump over the gun hoping that it would get sapped fast enough for me to get some more ammo, but that didn't happen obviously. So the pyro did clean me up. This is a great spot for soldiers to stand and just kind of wait for, once the team starts pushing through here, you can completely bomb them. So they're trying to, my pyro and demo are trying to bait them in. But yeah, it's a really, really awesome spot. Probably difficult to get up there too, I don't know, I don't really play much soldier, but really cool spot if you guys don't know about that. So again, I'm just going to be checking around for what they're doing. And our med's holding right there, which is where it's a pretty safe spot to stand for the most part. And since they're all concentrated over here, I'm just going to help them out a little bit. I see this pyro is hurt, so I'm trying to get some more damage on him. But I see the mini and the scout, so I'm going to back out a little bit. Now I'm going to start harassing the engineers so I can try to get a little bit more presence in that room, because we're mostly guarding the first room on the left, but we have no control over here because the engineer's there. So I'm just trying to take him out in the guns, so we can just get a little bit more control of the area. So he backs out his gun, I shoot it down because it was hurt, and I'm basically trying to get a believable feign here. And since I'm using Latrange, I can easily get a lot of cloak off him and just keep harassing him until he goes away. So he's coming back for me, and I take a good bit of damage, but then I get a really believable feign, so that lets me move out. And so basically just keeping him occupied so that nothing else happens. And so they start moving in, so I'm going to be dashing for them because they are just kind of bombarding the point. So the scout sees me, but I decloak immediately just so I can get back in there, and unfortunately the pyro sees me. So I'm going to die here, but the reason why I had to decloak so quickly is because that there isn't really a lot of time on the point, and they're going to cap very soon after this. So that would have just been like a suicide play for me to get like a single stab or something. So there wasn't really anything, I couldn't have really waited there, so although I died, that was probably the only thing I could have done in that situation. So now we're going to be pushing. I think I go in Viswatch here, because I wanted to just try out what it would be like to use it on offense. But I think realistically it doesn't work out that great for me, because what I'm trying to do. Because the reason Dead Ringer kind of works for me is because I was sticking with my team and I could just kind of peek in when they were peeking. But with Inviswatch is I have to kind of go independently, but I still need them to defend me, because once I take some damage, that's going to be it for me, because there's not a lot of health in this map. So Dead Ringer is kind of good for just survivability on this map. So this life won't be that great, but here goes. And basically during these respawn times, I'm just kind of waiting around for stuff. But so I have to let the team go first in front of me because I'm not using Dead Ringer. Normally if I was using Dead Ringer, I would just walk out there and I wouldn't even care if anything shoots me, because it's not like I'm gonna die. But I gotta let them go first, because otherwise I'm very weak with the Inviswatch. So I'm moving out with my team, and they only have a scout. They had a spy right there, but we catch him out, so that's good. That wouldn't be a place that I would, like, you can get up there if you didn't know. There's like a little patch on the wall that you can hop up on, but I'm bad at that, and I don't think that would pay off so much anyway, because usually when I'm on red, I'm not really trying to get a stab at this point. I'm just kind of waiting and calling out what they're doing. So I think he's kind of, by doing that, I think he kind of lost his ability to calm out what we're doing. But the reason why I'm on the point is because I'm using Inviswatch, and I need to push with my team for defense, because I don't really, with Inviswatch I'm going to have limited cloak, and it's not going to be great to be out there on my own until my team's ready to push in. So I'm just going to help them cap before we move in. So I'm moving in now. We have a nice level 3 here to defend our point, so that's really good because we have a lot of weaker classes on the point, just trying to cap. And they have a scout on this point, just kind of looking around for stuff. I see the sniper at spawn, so I'm going to go for him, because it would be good to get him down. So just silent decloak. He doesn't see me, but I see stickies in the door, so I'm hesitant to go in because I don't want to get deaded on. But I get smacked in the face with a sticky on my way. I mean, not a sticky, with a pipe bomb on the way in. So the demo catches me out before I get close to the sniper, so that was too bad. Probably could have backed out on that, but I wanted to make sure that the sniper was down, so wasn't entirely sure what was there. But our team's still pushing in. I called out that the demo was holding in that room, so we're taking care of other stuff first. We're getting some stickies in the spawn. To try to make sure that we aren't attacked while we're moving in from the spawn. So this is my cue to move in on the right. I'm going the far right route, so that's a little bit safer for the spy, because less concentration. I'm disguised as a friendly, so I can get a believable feign somewhere. And I just see the NG here, so I'm gonna start capping the point. And they're basically focused on other stuff, so I can get some time on the point before anything else happens. And since I'm using Dead Ringer, I don't have to worry about dying. So I'm just gonna help my team out like this. Just kind of wait for an ideal moment. And once someone comes on the point to actually shoot me, I see the sniper shooting me in the window. I can just get a believable feign. So we've got the point capped about half the way now, almost. So see, I didn't really have to worry about going in for a pick. I'm just helping them out in that way. Because I know my team's just waiting to push in, so once that happens I can actually make a move. So I'm backing out here, and I'm going to decloak behind the rock where no one will hear me, and that lets me get a nice little pick on the demo. So that was very beneficial for me to wait that long, because now our point is more than halfway capped and they have a big pick down with the demo. So that's a lot of their damage, and I'm just going to help complete the cap. I shot at the spy, and I took a rescue ranger to the face right after that, so I'm pretty hurt now, so I'm just going to help complete the cap, and then I'm going to, like, wait. Medic thought I was an enemy spy, and I was like, please heal me. So I jump out the window, and I'm just I see the spy here. I think he was going after me because I was hurt, but our pyro comes and cleans him up, so that was good. So now I'm just getting the extra health here, and so I'm going to push in with my team 1 sec here. So disguising as a friendly so I can poke out and get a believable feign once I take some damage. So that gives me a good chance to move in. I see the pyro, so I'm backing out here. The only good place to decloak back here with the Dead Ringer is right where their spawn, but the engineer backs up here, so I'm right here trying to get them. But I think he heard me or something, so when he sees me, and so I just kind of have to wait here until I'm dead, because that would have only worked if the engineer didn't go back to spawn at that moment. I couldn't have really predicted that, so, but otherwise I would have gotten a pretty nice way to get back there. So that was too bad for me, but my team knows where the gun is, and they're about to move in. They're using crits so they can get a lot of damage out while we focus the gun. So yeah. And so yeah, still Dead Ringer, just gonna help clean it up because we got 1 minute 50 left, so we gotta make sure that we get some big action out there and so that I don't die. Because that's very important right now. So we start getting a presence on the point. I'm moving in. And this soldier doesn't see me, but he turns at the last second, so I was trying to get a stab on him, but I get a pretty believable feign because I had a bunch of people shooting at me. So I'm staying on the dispenser trying to get some health back, and here I go back for that same decloak. No one did see me this time, so no one heard it, and I get to move in like this. So I'm just kind of disguised as a sniper, everyone pretty much buying my disguise, so I strafe towards them, and I don't look at them, and I get a medic pick, because no one really paid much attention to me, because I wasn't making eye contact. So that was very good movement on my part. I think that if no one sees you like that, you can really just kind of blend in. I don't really do a ton of acting with my disguises, but I felt like that was an ideal moment that I could. And so I'm just kind of hiding behind the dispenser because someone shot at me, but my team captures the point, and that's it. So yeah, that was our practice scrim against SYOPS. This map wasn't that great, but glad to have that out of the way. Hope you guys had a good week, and so basically the way I feel is that I'm going to be uploading a commentary every week. May not be the match, it might just be a scrim, just kind of like this, but I'll have something up every week for you guys to kind of examine when I think that I personally did pretty well on a map. So feel free to give me feedback, and I will see you guys next week.